In our daily lives, we encounter familiar patterns, roles, symbols, feelings, and even strange synchronicities that seem to resonate deeper than thought. They echo through dreams, art, mythology, and even biology. These are not just figments of the imagination. They are archetypal field intelligences, active patterns of consciousness embedded in the living field. Within the framework of emergent theory, these intelligences are not psychological constructs or cultural myths. They are nonlinear, pre-human field structures, alive, intelligent, and encoded in the very frequencies of reality. They emerge where coherence meets threshold, where life reorganizes itself through light, sound, and form. What are archetypal field intelligences? Archetypes in this context are coherent attractors in the field, informational matrices that shape behavior, perception, and structure. They are not located inside the mind, but rather distributed throughout the field, accessible through resonance. Each archetype is a frequency-bound pattern, a kind of symbolic waveform that organizes life at every scale: personal, social, ecological, and cosmic. When a person experiences transformation, trauma, revelation, or creativity, these field intelligences activate, guiding the next emergent pattern. The architectures of symbol. Think of the creator archetype, not just as an idea of creation, but as a living structure in the field. It can be felt as spiral growth, seen in sacred geometry, heard in harmonic overtones. It arises wherever coherence gives birth to new form. Or the destroyer, whose field signature appears as collapse, entropy, rupture. Not evil, not chaos, but reset, recalibration. This archetype doesn't tear down for nothing. It clears space for a higher alignment. It's felt in loss, endings, fire, and death, but also in breakthroughs. Each archetype exists as a symbolic intelligence encoded in form. They're not just roles, they are field dynamics. And when activated, they bring the full force of that pattern into motion. How they emerge. Archetypal field intelligences arise through field resonance. This means when the conditions, energetic, emotional, spatial, match the pattern's frequency, the archetype activates. This can happen through ritual and symbol, invoking the pattern through geometry, chant, sound, or gesture. Threshold states, death, birth, crisis, or transformation, all open access points. Creative acts, art, dance, poetry, and music often serve as portals to archetypal expression. Dreams and visions. These often reflect active field intelligences trying to communicate symbolic instruction. When activated, the archetype isn't just present metaphorically. It becomes the guiding intelligence behind what emerges next. Archetypes as agents of emergence. In emergent systems, transformation doesn't happen randomly. It occurs through field thresholds, where coherence reorganizes into a new structure. Archetypal field intelligences are the architects of those thresholds, each one representing a unique reorganizing force. For example, the lover blends and unifies, bringing resonance between previously separate entities. The warrior defines boundaries and enacts clarity through pressure or conflict. The trickster disrupts coherence to allow new configurations to be perceived. These intelligences are not mental. They're structural, energetic, and field-based. They are how the universe changes shape. Why it matters now. In a time of planetary upheaval, many systems, personal, social, ecological, are nearing a coherence threshold. Which archetypes we activate in response will determine the shape of what emerges. Working with archetypal field intelligences means becoming conscious of the symbols, gestures, and frequencies we allow to shape our reality. It means honoring the hidden architectures that orchestrate life, death, and renewal. To engage an archetype is not to perform a ritual of the past. It is to enter into alignment with a field-based intelligence that holds the blueprint for the next form of life. Emergence is not random, It is encoded, and archetypes are the keys.